All right, folks, so we're back with Martin. The last time we did a video with Martin, he was actually able to automate a lot of his tasks using OpenClaw back then. You know, time has progressed already, and only been 3 months.
About
I can't
3
believe it.
or 2 months, and a lot has changed.
The changes we have noticed is your agent started to really become dumb. Your agent was not able to do proper tasks. And then I think it was about last week, you came to me and said, Ron, what's going on with my agent, right?
Yes, we need some fixing.
You need some
Some
fixing.
optimization that needs to be done, right?
Yes. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're just gonna share our experience. I think this would be a good opportunity because the things that I've been helping Martin with has been helpful. So if you are in the same situation as Martin, where you have been a power user of AI agent, but then, you know, halfway down the line, some things break, how are we addressing to fix that? All right. So
it's going to be the perfect video for you guys if you're having the same issues as I am and want to improve your automations, your workflow. So we thought might as well just film this. So let's get straight into it.
let's go. All right, first and foremost, the quick fix that I did for Martin was when I took a look at his files in the VPS, I saw that it was, well, this one is the new one, okay? But before, if you go to Ubuntu directory, if you're a VPS user, you'd have like all of these folders organized. You'd have the dot files, which are the runtimes of your agent. But when I took a look at your Ubuntu directory, you had so many different files scattering around here, and it was very, very messy. What even made it worse was the migration from OpenClaw to Hermes Agent. You notice that? Like, it was a lot slower when we migrated from OpenClaw to Hermes. So it was a big mess. And the quick fix that I did for Martin, first and foremost, was I went to his VPS and reinstalled his operating system. So any VPS provider usually have this option where if you really think your system is all messed up and you just want to clean it up, I'd say don't be afraid to reinstall OS.
And what does this do?
It basically wipes everything on your server. So the VPS is essentially your server, all of the data wiped clean.
So it starts off like a blank slate again.
Blank slate again, okay. Right? And you remember what we did next? Was we started from scratch, reinstalling your Hermes agent, set up the model for your agent, right? Now now that was the fix, but let's also go through why you needed the fix in the first place. So Martin, can you briefly explain what projects have you done with your agent?
So basically, I go back and forth with my agent. My agent understands the 5 different projects that I'm working on. And basically, I use this agent as sort of a content machine across all 5 projects. So it understands it thoroughly. It understands the profile of each of my projects and also the tone and the personality. So this one over here that we're showing on the screen is sort of my AI persona, right? It posts a bunch of AI updates, breakthrough news, and just things like that. So it's 5 projects, but I've already identified the first problem here was you work on these 5 projects with your agent all in one session. And I remember that prior to this, you did not set up workspace folders in your directory. I think that was the #1 problem there. And in the beginning, right, it was very effective because the memory of your agent was actually pretty good. It was able to remember, okay, project 1, I have to search stuff about that topic. Project 2, stuff about that topic. But then down the line, it wasn't able to differentiate what project was what, right? This is because I think the #1 key here is if it's not saved to a folder, then yeah, your agent over time will not be able to remember accurately. And that's when it gets dumb.
That's when it gets dumb because I remember, I remember 3 months ago, if we go back to the server and I had a look at your memory usage and CPU usage, it was like all the way towards the end where it was overheated, it was overloaded. And that's one of the reasons why, because your agent was relying on so much disk space for the memory. And I assume you didn't clean up any of these folders or anything. You didn't have You didn't organize anything.
Barely.
Barely.
I would just tell it to do it. I would just tell my agent to do it.
Just all in the chat, right?
Yep.
So
And that was through Discord.
All through Discord. So I'd say number one is you need to set up those project folders in your workspace. So now that we've reinstalled Hermes Agent, what you can do right here is you can create a workspace directory. So for me, it would be one whole workspace directory with its own Git repo. So any output that my agent makes, it lands in that folder. And I'd say a very useful tip is to always have an agents.md file, right? It's actually very nice that the news research team shows you also the learning path. And when I was going through with Martin, sometimes it was a little bit hard to explain. And then I had to refer to the documentation a lot of times. And then I noticed, oh, wow, yeah, perfect, Martin. You can give your agent. That was also one of the tips, right? What was that tip? So that tip was don't assume that your agent knows everything about Hermes Agent.
Right.
Yeah, see? Right? What was the good practice again?
Sending them the links to the docs, right?
To the docs, to the GitHub, and also put that in the agents.md file, because the agents.md file is the first thing they read.
I think that's a key nugget right there. Don't assume that the agent knows everything about itself.
Exactly, because the agents, if you go AFK, they'll reset the session. So every time they wake up in a new session, you're not talking to the same agent per se, right? It's a new person with a new memory sort of stuff. But the first thing they would read would be these context files, right? The context file, this would be the first thing your agents read. The agents.md, so this is everything to do with architecture and project specific instructions. So what you would have done is you set up 5 folders in that directory, and then you put an agents.md there to specify this project is for this one. So I'll show you briefly what my agent looks like. Okay, so we're gonna go to Loki. All right, so Loki here, this Claude directory is the Git repo for all of the projects that I have for my agent. And what's interesting here was that when we actually reset your agent, Lux, I noticed it doesn't have a workspace directory. It's only the runtime directory, .hermes. So this one actually keeps your agent alive, and everything going on the back end is where the .hermes file is located at. You don't have to manage these yourselves too much, sometimes even not at all, which brings us to the point where if it's, invisible, because these are hidden files, they're related to the system of the agent. To describe it simply, right? So what you would do here, first and foremost, now that we're reviving your agent, is we're gonna have to create a workspace directory. We can call it workspace, right? It can be any name. But in here, you'd have to set up that agents.md to let them know that this is the Git repo for all of your projects. And
so whether it's projects for me to create posts on social media or outreach or emails, everything over here, right?
Everything over here. And this is actually where you want to talk to your agent on setting that up. But before you get that set up, you want to feed them the official documentation first, right? To go through all of the pages, not just the first page. All right. Make sure that they go through every page. They understand that. You can also do the GitHub of Hermes Agent, and then they'll be familiarized. So that's actually one of the trick I do for my agent is whenever I have like troubleshooting problems, they instantly know to refer back to the document. And I can see that because I have verbose on. I can see that they did file extract. And if there's a new page in the documentation, I can see that they do web search for that new section. So Hermes Agent has a lot of updates. Recently, they have the ones where you can run Hermes natively on Windows. So I was asking about it, and it was able to understand that. So that's sort of the habit you want to build with your Hermes Agent.
All right, so we're done with all the docs, the setup, the very beginning stage. What's next from here?
So next from here would be to go to your workspace, and then that's when you create 5 folders for 5 of your projects. So let's say project 1.
So whatever it It is. Content creation one.
Yep.
There's a email outreach one, whatever, right? For the viewer out there.
Exactly. And using the same philosophy, each folder should also have its own agents.md. But this one is project-specific instruction. So your agents.md, the overall, like, so there's levels to this. There's at the top, there's that agents.md that should be in your Ubuntu directory or in your .hermes. And that one basically tells your agent where is where, what the architecture looks like, what are the files, what are they. And then when you get inside the workspace into one project, that agents.md is one level below the overall agents.md, which is project specific instructions, conventions. So if you ever use Claude Code, it's like the Claude.md in Claude Code, where your agent knows the every little details of what's going on in your project, right? Whereas the agents.md outside, this one is what's happening in your server, right? Okay, so far it's been 1 week of progress for Martin. Now he knows how to reset if something messed up, seriously messed up in his previous agent, whatever is inside. And then the next step, now how to organize files, right? And then the habits of feeding the information from the official sources, right? So you don't want them to just say research everything about news research. I'd say that's also another tip, is make sure if you're gonna link resources, tell them to only get it from the official documentations, because otherwise it will go through other websites, and these are opinions from other people that may or may not be true, and of course you don't want. And that's kind of the reason why they hallucinate, because it's opinions from other people.
That makes a lot of sense, Ron. Thank you so much for all the nuggets.
So this is week 1. We're gonna update on your progress. Week 2,
week 3.
Let us know if you enjoy this type of video, this format. I know it's a bit casual, but this is a very good opportunity.
It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
It's real. We definitely go over a lot more when we're at the office, just talking to each other casually. So might as well just record it, and hopefully the person out there learns a thing or two.
Exactly.
Right?
All right. If you find this video helpful, smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel to follow for more updates and guides. My name is Ron.
Martin.
Shannon out.
Peace.